Hi, Andrea. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. I think I'm doing a little bit better.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you made it today. Thank you for being here.
Welcome.
Can I offer you anything before we get started? Some water, some tea?
No, I think I'm okay. Thank you for asking.
Sure, sure. Well, last time we checked in, we kind of were still getting to know each other and figuring out um, what some of your concerns were as of right now or right then. And and I remember hearing that there was a lot of concern around getting Vincent back and staying on track with your meds. And I just wanted to check in to see how that's going.
Well, I'm not going to say I'm not having any luck getting Vincent back, but just really, he's not back. Um, I'm a little frustrated because it seems like, you know, progress is moving really slow. I feel like I have to move really fast, but what I'm noticing is that this process, I hate to say it, but I really think this process is going to be slow for me. Um, and I'm so worried about Vincent and I and our relationship, our connection. Um, I just feel so terrible about that.
Hmm. I hear you saying that things are moving a little slow, but that you are not um, hopeless about the progress that you've made. Um, and that you're concerned about your relationship, how not having him maybe is affecting that. Does that sound right?
It does sound right, and you know, the with the meds, it's kind of been a sensitive issue with me, even though I'm taking them on a regular basis. You know what? Sometimes I hate to say it, but sometimes I just feel like doing exactly what I did before. Vincent won't be with me if I decide to end things. But I just get so depressed that I mean, and with Vincent being gone, I'm not hopeless, but I'm just more so, I think, desperate.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there is a lot in what you just said, so I just kind of want to pause for a moment and check in with you a little bit about what you just commented on, possibly going back to what what got you to the hospital this time around. So I want to just check in to see if you are having thoughts about hurting yourself or possibly taking more medication than necessary again, something um, that might do you a lot of harm.
To be honest, I'm just gonna say yes. I can't I can't I can't lie to you. Yes, I do feel that way, and it comes and goes. Those feelings come and go, and I just want those feelings to go away. And if I have to end things to make those feelings go away, then I'm as bad as I don't want to leave Vincent. I'm going to. I just
Mhm,
cannot stand living in this type of pain,
mhm,
and I just need and want some help. I want to be a good mother to Vincent. I would never hurt him. I don't feel like ending things, or I don't consider that hurting myself. I just consider that making peace.
mhm. So I hear your concerns, and it does concern me that you're considering this. But I also am hearing that you still want to be around for Vincent. Um, so I would like to possibly, if it's okay with you, connect you to somebody or check in with how it's going with your counseling and continue to address this. to make sure that you have the adequate and right support that you need to keep you moving forward with your connection with Vincent, and to see how we can get you some more support surrounding these feelings that you're having. Does that sound okay with you?
It does. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think with all of what I'm dealing with in my diagnosis, I think this medication that I take, I really think that plays a part, because I do take an antidepressant. I saw a commercial on TV where it said that, it could cause you to have, thoughts of suicide. And so I think I would like to get my medication just reevaluated, just to rule that out. I mean, I have these waves, and I just think that as long as I've been taking this medication, it should be making an impact on my feelings and my psychological, and it's not. And so I'm thinking that my medication needs to be reevaluated as well.
Well, Andrea, I think that's very insightful, and I think that that's a great idea, and that could be something that we could put at the top of your goal list, if you think that sounds good, to get your medications reevaluated and just checked in. And so you could check in. I applaud you for knowing what the side effects are, and for being aware of that. That's really, really important.
Thank you.
So speaking of that and goals, I thought during the session we could kind of start creating a goal list to go from, and that does seem like a perfect goal to start with, getting your meds evaluated and just checked to see where you're at. Does that sound like a good goal to put on the list?
Yes, it does. I didn't mention it initially because, I really wasn't sure, but the more I thought about what I was sharing and telling you, I think about ending things sometimes, but the other side of me knows that I don't want to. And I really think that maybe my medication may be playing a factor in this. I don't think I'm never going to get well, but I do believe that I learned how to manage better than what I have. I think that's a big goal for me to set, but it's also the reality of my life. And I also think it'll help me get Vincent back.
Well, I think that's great, Andrea. I really encourage you to keep looking at your situation in that respect, like managing what you can manage, and the realities of where you're at. And yes, medication is part of your life and your reality and where you're at, but figuring out how to manage it is something that you have control over, and I can certainly help you with that. So I wanted to go back to something else that you mentioned earlier, and maybe that could be something we could look at as goals as well. You mentioned that the process of getting Vincent back was moving real slow, and I know that getting Vincent back is one of your goals. So could you tell me a little bit more about what you mean by moving real slow?
Well, him and I have been apart, and I feel like I'm better in a way to have him back. I just, he's living with people that he doesn't even know. And I never wanted my child to be a product of the system. I just, I can't stomach that. And so moving slow, I mean, sometimes I'm able to get a hold of the caseworker, the social worker, sometimes I'm not. I can't discuss Vincent going home or anything like that when we're visiting. And so I just need to be able to, meet or see somebody or talk to somebody that really knows, what I need to do. I just like to have a clear list and just follow it and check it off of everything I need to do so that my son can come back. And I don't even have that. I mean, the department has given me a ton of information, but I really just don't know in what direction to go. I don't know what I should do first.
It sounds to me like there's a lot of frustrations around the lack of clarity that that the Child Protective Services has put on you for getting Vincent back, and that some more clear expectations would be helpful. And I think that that's definitely a possibility. We can look into that and see how that can happen for you, getting a list. So like you said, you can just start checking things off. Has anybody talked to you about asking or getting a wraparound team for you and Vincent?
Well, the social worker did mention it, but that's all she did was mention it. And I know I have to go through her to have anything happen or have any kind of, meeting of any type. But she did mention it, and I would like to meet. I think that one of the things I should do is meet everyone that's involved in this case. I want to meet them face to face so everyone knows who I am and what, my goal is to get my son back. And I really think that they need to understand that.
I think that that sounds wonderful, Andrea, and that sounds like you wanting to be very proactive in this. And what I'm hearing is that you are willing and wanting to get a team together to help support you and Vincent and this whole process. What do you think about setting up a time to meet with the social worker and with the child protective worker, and I could be there with you as well, and
really?
we can, sure, I would love to do that with you. And we can start to set up a team and create this space for you to feel supported, and the list of what the expectations are. What do you think about that?
I think that is an excellent idea, and I think that would really help me go in the, put me in the right path, in the right direction to follow for meeting my goals. And I just won't feel like a dog chasing its tail. I mean, I really have some, specific things that they want me to do, and I just want to be able to have that list and check them on. I think that's an excellent idea, and I'm so happy that you could go with me. I'm going to need some support.
Yes, of course. So I'm noticing our time is getting ready it's coming to an end here pretty soon. So I want to make sure that I have a good list and understanding of where we're at. So I'm just going to kind of see if this sounds right. So we discussed some of your upcoming goals, as checking in about your medications, and the side effects, and getting them reevaluated. And then we have one of your main goals is working on getting Vincent back, continuing to work that process, but trying to figure out a way to get a little more clarity on what the expectations are. And in that, setting up a meeting with the child protective caseworker and you and me, and we can start from there and seeing about getting a wrap team formed for you guys. Does that sound about right?
Yes, it does.
Okay,
yes, it does.
great. Well, we'll get started on working on these. And And I wanted to ask you, do you prefer email or printed copies of papers?
Um, I think printed would be better, just because it's so hard for me to get around, and I don't have a printer at my house.
Sure.
So I think that